So we're still within the geosphere here, but we're going to be talking about the three main types of rock. The first main type of rock we're going to discuss is sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rocks are very common around here, and they are very obvious to identify with their layers. So you'll see lots of layers in sedimentary rock, just like you see here. Over time, millions of years, thousands of years, sediments are dropped off and then put under lots of pressure, and they're cemented onto the layers below them. So if you look at this picture, you can see that one layer of this rock has lots of light-colored sediments, and then the layer above it has darker sediments. So scientists can actually dig down into sedimentary rock and find out when in time things occurred. It's like a clock going backwards. The newest sediment is on top, the oldest sediment is on the bottom. If we dig down, we can carbon date everything inside so we know how old things are. Now that comes in handy when we're discussing fossils. Fossils are found in sedimentary rocks because animals, when they die, are in a layer of the earth, and then after time, more layers get packed on top of it and it cements it down, turning it into rock. That's where we find our fossils in sedimentary rock. A second type, let me see here, of sedimentary rock is this conglomerate. Conglomerate is a really fun word to say. Try it. Conglomerate. Conglomerate is comprised of or made of all these pebbles and rocks and stones that have been cemented together with organic material and mud, and over time has dried and hardened and made this stone under pressure. Here are some other common types of sedimentary rock. Limestone, which we find around here. If you are out on your street and you find a rock that is light gray, pick it up and try to write with it like chalk. If it leaves behind a white streak and you can write with it, it's most likely limestone. And we have siltstone. It's a very fine mud material. If you worked with clay in Mrs. Volte's art class, you worked with silt. Okay, so you kind of know what that feels like. Sandstone is just bits of sand that have been pressed together over time and turned into this solid rock. And then shale. Shale has been made and pressed with organic material such as dead animals. What are sedimentary rocks and how are they formed? Sedimentary rocks are formed by this acronym WEDC, W-E-D-C. The W in WEDC stands for weathering. So there are bigger rocks and they've been broken down by wind, water, or ice. Okay, the wind is breaking it down, or the water is crashing into it and breaking it down, or the ice, a glacier, is rubbing against it and breaking it down. So we have to have some sort of rock being broken down or weathered. Okay, we say weathering, breaking down. Then we have this erosion. Once rocks are broken down by weathering, wind, water, or ice, they're in little tiny sediments. And now that wind, water, or ice can carry those sediments away. That's the erosion. So we have the breaking down, which is weathering, and the erosion, which is the carrying away of those sediments. Then once those sediments have been carried away, they're dropped off. They're deposited. They are settling now. Okay, so the water can't carry it forever. The wind can't carry sediments forever. They have to drop them off somewhere. That's the deposition. And finally, once they're dropped off, more and more layers are dropped off on top of them. And then they get pressed and cemented together. And that's called cementation. So you put all of these words together: weathering, erosion, deposition, cementation. That's how you get a sedimentary rock formed. I want you to say it with me. Ready? Weathering, erosion, deposition, cementation. Really press it down. We'll do that again. Weathering, erosion, deposition, cementation. Now I have a song to remember how sedimentary rocks are formed, but you have to know what WEDC stands for. So we have the W stands for weathering, the E stands for erosion, the D stands for deposition, and the C for cementation. Now here's the song. Ready? If you want to become sedimentary, you gotta go through WEDC. I'll sing that again. If you want to become sedimentary, you gotta go through WEDC. Enjoy. We'll talk about metamorphic rocks next time.